Hello viewers, Shalini Singh welcomes you on NCERT's weekly live phone-in program on Swayam Prabha's channel Kishore Manch. Today our topic of discussion is Highlights of Draft National Education Policy 2019, School Governance and Leadership. And we have invited two experts in our studio to discuss this topic in detail. Professor K. Ramachandran, one of the members of the drafting committee of the Draft National Education Policy 2019, and Dr. Sunita Chugh, Associate Professor, NCSL, NEP. Welcome both of you in our studio. So ma'am, first of all, I would like you to introduce the session for today.
Thank you. As you are aware, Draft National Education Policy has been drafted and was in the public domain for comments till 15th August 2019. Today we are going to discuss the key features of the Draft National Education Policy 2009. We are going to highlight the governance reforms that has been proposed in this policy for governance and leadership. The school heads and the school level functionaries, and especially the system level functionaries, have a leading role in carrying forward the reforms, the governance reforms in fact that has been proposed in the draft education policy, and they have a special role as these reforms would help in improving the school effectiveness, and this would also in turn improve the learning outcomes and competencies of all the students.
Okay. Professor Ramachandran, I would like to ask you if you can please share the key features of Draft National Education Policy 2019 for school education.
I'll highlight a few of them. The first one is the policy envisages a great deal of flexibility, keeping in view the broad national priorities and goals. That means the states are encouraged to formulate their own programs, adapt the policies according to their context. Second, states can also formulate programs based on their needs within the broad parameters of the national policy.
Right.
Lastly, they are also encouraged to set targets like the medium term targets, maybe 2025, what could be achieved by 2030, what could be achieved by 2035. So tremendous amount of flexibility is allowed in terms of target setting and overall implementation. Second, within an integrated system of education, the policy again envisages great deal of flexibility. From secondary education onwards, it provides what we call multiple exit and re-entry. For instance, a student, due to certain reasons, after completing grade 9, cannot come to school for 1 year. In the current system, the student normally doesn't come back at all. In the proposed system, the student can come back after 1 year or 2 years and continue the studies in grade 10 or grade 11. Now this is a very key feature of this draft policy. Third, the policy looks at 20 years from now. The kind of learners who will enter the school education system will be drastically different from what we had in the past.
Right.
For instance, they are born and raised in a technology rich environment. They will use technology which don't exist now for teaching learning purpose. They will enter jobs which don't exist now. So the policy looks at a great deal of future scenario and how to prepare these youngsters to face the future of work, and including what we call the fourth industrial revolution, by which I mean artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, robotics, machine learning, big data analytics. We need to prepare our young students to face the challenges of these things. I'll just add one more. India has done very well in achieving progress in regard to enrollment and participation, especially at the primary stage. In spite of this, we have a major chunk of what we call unfinished agenda. A large number of students drop out after completing class 5, 8, and especially at the 9 to 12 grades.
True.
Now what we need is, we need to ensure what we call universal enrollment retention by 2030. That means all students will have opportunity to complete what we call universal school education.
Very nice.
And that is another one. So I highlighted 3-4 major aspects.
Yes, ma'am, I want your opinion as well on the same question, so that in Hindi, so that our viewers can understand well.
सभी दर्शक, जो बहुत से दर्शक ऐसे हैं जो हिंदी भाषा से ज़्यादा जानकारी रखते हैं, उनके बेनिफिट के लिए मैं यही बोलूँगी कि जैसा कि प्रोफेसर रामचंद्रन ने भी कहा कि इस जो पॉलिसी का सबसे बड़ा जो एक फीचर है वो यही है कि इसको थोड़ा लचीला बनाया गया है, इसको बहुत रिजिड नहीं बनाया गया है। और लचीले का उनका जो अर्थ है, लचीले का हमारा जो अर्थ है इस पॉलिसी के अंतर्गत में, कि बच्चे बीच में अगर छोड़ के भी जाते हैं तो वो बच्चे ड्रॉप आउट नहीं रहेंगे, वो बच्चे दोबारा स्कूल के अंदर में एंट्री करेंगे। और उसके लिए स्कूल के सिस्टम को इतना हमें फ्लेक्सिबल रखना है कि दोबारा से अगर बच्चा स्कूल के अंदर में दाखिल होना चाहता है तो बच्चे के पास में अपॉर्चुनिटी होगी और उसको मालूम होगा कि यह जागरूकता होगी कि उसके बाद में वो स्कूल के अंदर में आ सकते हैं। दूसरी विशेष बात जो कि बहुत ज़्यादा इस पॉलिसी के अंदर में कही गई है कि हमें सिर्फ आज के बच्चे और आज के नागरिक के बारे में नहीं सोचना, हमने अगले 20 साल के अंदर में जिस प्रकार से विश्व के अंदर में बहुत टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज़ हो रहा है, अब हमारे देश के अंदर भी हमें स्कूल के साथ में, पढ़ाई के साथ में टेक्नोलॉजी को उसके अंदर ही इंटीग्रेट करना है। और कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज़ जो है उसके अंदर में होगा और किस तरह की उसके अंदर में एजुकेशन दी जाएगी टेक्नोलॉजी से भी, उसके ऊपर में जो है इस पॉलिसी के अंदर में बहुत चर्चा की गई है। और सबसे मुख्य बात जो कि आज हमने, जब से हमने स्वतंत्रता प्राप्त की उसके बाद से हमेशा यही कह रहे हैं कि कोई भी बच्चा जो है वो बिना एजुकेशन को कंप्लीट किए बीच में नहीं छोड़ेगा। तो इसके अंदर में सभी बच्चे जो हैं स्कूल के अंदर में दाखिल हों और सभी बच्चे जो हैं स्कूल के अंदर में दाखिल होने के बाद में जिस लेवल में है उस लेवल को कंप्लीट करें, तभी जो है हमारा देश एक इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी दे पाएगा सारे बच्चों को और सारे बच्चे हैं समान रूप से क्वालिटी एजुकेशन प्राप्त कर सकेंगे।
जी बिल्कुल। Here comes my next question for you, Professor Ramachandran. What are the issues related with governance and leadership at school level as highlighted in the draft National Education Policy 2019?
The first task is to make school governance or render school governance to local level to increase efficiency and effectiveness of school governance. For this purpose, the policy proposes transformative actions. One of them is the creation of what we call a school complex. A school complex means in a geographically contiguous areas, about 20-30 schools, one secondary school having grade 9 to 12 will be linked with lower level schools, maybe 20-30 of them. And the principal or head teacher of the secondary school will be the overall coordinator of the school complex.
Right.
The second is why the school complex we need? One purpose is to have what you call make school complex as the basic administrative unit for school education, so that we can have what you call sharing of resources. The draft policy talks about one thing, that all subject areas in the school age will be now curricular. There will be nothing called curricular, extracurricular, co-curricular. All subjects, including health, wellness and sports, art education like music, dance and so on,
Very nice.
all will be curricular, and there is nothing called extracurricular or curricular. Now, if you take this case, it may not be possible to provide a music teacher for all schools in a school complex. So what we might do is, a teacher is appointed to a school within a complex, but he or she would be used by maybe 3 or 4 more schools surrounded by that. So that the teacher, like a music teacher, can be shared. Similarly, one school may have a good playground, other may not have. Can we share the playground between 2 schools?
Very nice.
The third idea, if we have a art teacher, same thing, we may not be able to provide a art teacher for every school, but can she or he be shared? Next element, we propose what we call a social worker to track dropouts, to bring them back. We also talk about counselor to handle both mental and other aspects, career aspects. Now, it may not be possible to have a counselor for every school,
Yeah.
but we can have one for 3, 4, 5 schools in a school complex. So that's what is meant by what we call resource sharing.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that all teachers will teach all schools in a complex. It is only selectively, sometimes this gets misinterpreted. So a teacher will be recruited to the school complex and appointed to a school, but she or he will also assist a few other schools. This is one change in what we call the school governance pattern. Now, in this case, the head teacher of every school from foundational stage means 3 to 8 years old.
Preschool.
I may come back on that later. That because one of the major tasks of the policy or priorities of policy to ensure that all children in the age group 3 to 6 have access to quality, developmentally appropriate pre-primary education. Now, early childhood care and education means children up to the age of 8. We would like from birth to 8 years, but birth to 3 years can be handled by parents, home-based interventions. But 3 to 8 should be institutionalized. It can be in a Anganwadi center. It can be in a pre-primary section attached to a primary school. It can be standalone pre-primary school. It can also be home-based education for children who cannot go to school. So the school complex as a unit of governance will cover schools from foundational stage, that is 3 to 8 years, till grade 12. And the principal or head teacher of the secondary school, which would have at least 9 to 12 grades, will coordinate all activities. This is a transformative action we are proposing.
Okay.
मैं थोड़ा सा
would
इसके
you-
ऊपर
yes, yes,
मैं
actually.
उसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा और आगे बढ़ाते हुए
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल।
जो गवर्नेंस कुछ चीजें जो अभी चल रही हैं कि हर विद्यालय के अंदर में पेरेंट्स, कम्युनिटी, वो लोग उसकी प्लानिंग और मैनेजमेंट के ऊपर काम करेंगे, परंतु इस पॉलिसी के अंदर में जो अभी हमने ड्राफ्ट रूप में तैयार की है, इसमें स्कूल लेवल पे तो जो गवर्नेंस होगा कि जिसके अंदर में सभी जो स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं वो भागीदार होंगे, उसके ऊपर एक नया कॉन्सेप्ट लाया गया है, वो है स्कूल कॉम्प्लेक्स। क्योंकि जैसा कि हमने देखा कि बहुत सालों के बाद में, प्रयत्न के बाद में, हमने स्कूल एनरोलमेंट बहुत बढ़ा लिया, हमने जो है बहुत सारे छोटे स्कूल भी खोलने पड़े क्योंकि ताकि सभी बच्चे स्कूल में आ सकें। तो इसलिए स्कूल कॉम्प्लेक्स जो है वो बहुत से स्कूलों को इकट्ठा जोड़ेगा, और जिससे ये होगा कि जैसा कि प्रोफेसर रामाचंद्रन ने भी बोला कि जब अगर हमारे यहाँ पर कुछ रिसोर्सेज हैं उनको आपस में अगर हम शेयर कर लेंगे, एक विद्यालय दूसरे विद्यालय के साथ में और दूसरे विद्यालयों को जब आपस में जोड़ेंगे, इससे जो है वो एक आपस में जुड़ाव भी होगा। आपस में हमने इसमें सबसे बड़ी बात जो गवर्नेंस रिफॉर्म में है, इसमें पूरे स्कूल एजुकेशन को एक यूनिट की तरह लिया गया है। पूरा ना सिर्फ हम बच्चे के होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, परंतु इसके अंदर में प्री स्कूल से लेके सीनियर सेकेंडरी तक के सभी लेवल्स को आपस में जोड़ा गया है। और जो सीनियर सेकेंडरी और सेकेंडरी स्कूल के जो प्रिंसिपल्स हैं वो इसके बाकी लोगों के लिए थोड़ा मेंटर का भी काम करेंगे, जिससे कि उनको जो है वहाँ पर वो उनको थोड़ा एडवाइस भी देंगे, अगर जहाँ जहाँ उनको अकेडमिक उसकी जहाँ जहाँ पे रिसोर्सेज की शेयरिंग की बात होगी। तो इस तरीके से ये रिफॉर्म जो है बहुत यूजफुल होगा, क्योंकि इसमें जो है रिसोर्सेज शेयर होंगे, जिससे आपस में विद्यालयों का जुड़ाव भी बनेगा और साथ में आपस में टीचर्स और हेड टीचर्स जो हैं आपस में उनका क्लोज कोलैबोरेशन होगा और उनका आपस के अंदर में एक आपस में साझेदारी भी हो जाएगी, जिसका इम्पैक्ट जो है पूरे हमारे स्कूल एजुकेशन क्वालिटी के ऊपर में पड़ेगा।
I'll just add to one point.
Yes, yes.
She very nicely
quick
put it.
and crisp response.
One is that
Yeah.
the school education now will be seen as a continuum from foundation stage 3 to 8 years till the end of secondary stage. So therefore, small schools currently, there are a large proportion of schools with less than 30 students. They get now neglected. Now these schools will receive support from the school complex, from other schools, and they will be linked with the secondary school. It means the isolation of small schools will now get diminished gradually.
Yes, sir. As we have shortage of time, so we'll have to move on to another question. Coming for you, please share your thoughts on creation of school complex for better governance and management of small schools.
Yeah, the principle of the secondary school would help the small schools in terms of resources, in terms of teachers. Like many schools are one teacher, two schools, teacher schools. So if through the teacher sharing, they will get a little more additional support in terms of teaching. Facilities can be shared. Small schools may not have playground. Small schools may not have music teacher. They also can be shared.
Right.
So you would find that creation of school complexes help small schools and not get isolated, but an integral part of the school education with the quality education.
Right. Next question is, how would you ensure universal retention in the school?
The draft policy proposes a few actions. We call them what we call underrepresented groups. There are a large number of groups who do not have the right to education right now, even though they are guaranteed by the Right to Education Act. They drop out. Now what we are proposing is a mechanism to track students who are likely to be dropped out, who have dropped out recent past, through social workers, through teachers, through community members, through school management committees, and bring them back. What we call curtail dropout, and then reintegrate those dropped out into the school system again.
Yes.
So an appropriate mechanism for tracking these students will be put in place at the local level. This is one. Second, one reason for not having universal retention is the quality of education itself. When parents find that their children are not learning, they lose interest in the school. So while we will tackle retention aspects focused on specific areas, quality across board will be enhanced. This is the key thing. One more thing, I should not miss it. To promote this, we are, in the policy there is a proposal to have what we call special education zone. What it means is area intensive actions to ensure enrollment, retention, continued participation, that means transition and learning outcome attainment. And these would be like the aspirational districts. Some of those districts will get priority in curtailing dropout and reintegrating the people who drop out.
Very nice. Very nice. Want a quick opinion from your side as well in Hindi, ma'am.
यूनिवर्सल रिटेंशन जो है ये जैसा कि कहा जाता है ये सिर्फ घर की तरफ से नहीं है, स्कूल भी इसके लिए जो है अब उसके ऊपर भी जिम्मेवारी रहेगी कि ये नहीं है कि पेरेंट्स अगर नहीं भेज रहे हैं तो स्कूल की जिम्मेवारी नहीं होगी। तो इसके लिए हमारा सिस्टम जो है उसके अंदर भी रिफॉर्म्स लाए जा रहे हैं। जैसा कि कहा जा रहा है कि सोशल वर्कर्स जो हैं, जो बच्चे छूट रहे हैं उनके साथ में काम करेंगे जिससे कि वो स्कूल के अंदर से बाहर ना जाएं और क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए जो एक बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है बच्चों का स्कूल विद्यालय को छोड़ने का, उसके ऊपर बहुत ये पॉलिसी ने उसके ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा उसमें फोकस किया है, बहुत एम्फेसाइज किया है। और उसके अंदर में सिर्फ पढ़ाई पे ही नहीं, उसके अलावा बहुत चीज़ों के ऊपर एजुकेशन दी जाएगी, जैसे कि एनवायरनमेंट के हिसाब से, जॉयफुल लर्निंग के हिसाब से, आर्ट के ऊपर में इंटेग्रेटेड जो है उसमें एक्टिविटी बेस्ड लर्निंग करी जाएगी जिससे कि बच्चे जो हैं वहाँ पर अपने इंटरेस्ट से रहें, ना कि फोर्सफुली। सोशल वर्कर तो अपने हिसाब से काम करेगा ही, लेकिन हम सिस्टम के अंदर में इस तरह की जो है एनवायरनमेंट को बनाएं, ऐसी सुविधाएं प्रदान करें जिससे कि बच्चा हमेशा विद्यालय की तरफ आकर्षित हो। वो बच्चा जो है जब आए हंसते हुए आए और हंसते हुए वापस जाए। तो इसके लिए हमें प्रयत्न करने हैं, अपने विद्यालयों की गुणवत्ता को बढ़ाना है। हमारे विद्यालयों की गुणवत्ता को बढ़ाने के लिए इसके अंदर में बहुत ऐसे प्रोविजंस किए हैं जिससे कि वो एनवायरनमेंट फ्रेंडली हो और उसके अलावा जॉयफुल लर्निंग और थोड़ी सी ऐसी एक्टिविटीज हो जिसमें बच्चा जो है उसको स्कूल जो है एक मोनोटोनस ना लगे, उसके अंदर रोज आने के लिए वो उत्सुक हो।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। Professor Ramachandran, coming back to you, how would you bring equitable and inclusive education for every child in the school?
As indicated earlier, focusing on a few groups. Equitable and inclusive means not equal. Like if you have a child with a disability, that child may not grow with equal opportunity. We need equitable.
Right.
That child needs more support,
More attention.
more attention, more assistive devices. That's the meaning of equitable. Currently, for instance, as per a lately released UNESCO document, there are 78 lakhs students with disabilities in India in the age group 5 to 19. Out of them, only 4 out of 10 are in the education institutions. So a high priority to children with disabilities, to get them not only to school but also give adaptive curriculum, adaptive devices, and then infrastructure modification to suit the requirement and so on, including ICT facilities. And that will help them to get some kind of equitable learning experience to be successful in their life.
Right.
We will also focus on other groups like children from scheduled caste population groups, scheduled tribe, educationally underdeveloped minorities groups, and the
Yes.
landless laborers children, and some of these people, transgenders, urban poor, a great deal of focus on some of these underrepresented groups to ensure that they are ensured equitable and quality learning experience.
Really.
थोड़ा सा इसके ऊपर आगे बढ़ाऊंगी। जैसा कि प्रोफेसर रामाचंद्रन ने कहा, मैं इंक्लूसिव की थोड़ी परिभाषा को और भी विस्तृत करना चाहूँगी। उसके अंदर में, क्योंकि बच्चे जो हैं वो विविध तरीकों से सीखते हैं, हर एक बच्चे की डिफरेंट लर्निंग नीड्स होंगी, हर एक बच्चा अलग अलग तरीके से सीखेगा। अगर हमें अपने क्लासरूम को इंक्लूसिव बनाना है तो हम टीचर्स को एनकरेज करेंगे, और हेड टीचर्स का ये बहुत बड़ा जिम्मेवारी होगी कि वो टीचर्स को अलग अलग तरह की वो ट्रांजैक्शन मेथोडोलॉजी से और पैडागोजी से उनको अवगत करवाएं, जिससे कि जो बच्चे हैं सभी जो अलग अलग तरीकों से सीखते हैं वो सारे बच्चे सीख पाएं, बजाय कि एक स्पेशल ग्रुप। तो विकलांग बच्चों के लिए और बाकी सभी के लिए तो फोकस रहेगा ही हमारा पिछड़ी जाति के वर्ग और जो है माइनॉरिटीज के लिए, परंतु बच्चों की उनकी नीड्स के हिसाब से हम इंक्लूसिव क्लासरूम्स बनाएंगे, जिससे कि हर बच्चा सीख पाए और हर बच्चे की हम जरूरत को पूरा कर पाए।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। प्रोफेसर रामचंद्रन, हाउ डू यू propose to achieve foundational literacy and numeracy by all students?
As you are all aware, currently in India we have what we call a learning crisis. Children, a large proportion of children are not attaining the defined learning outcomes.
Very true.
Now, one reason for that is, at a very early stage, the foundation literacy and numeracy are not attained, like reading, writing, oral communication, written communication, numeracy skills, basic skills are not attained, and this becomes continuous, cumulative as they grow up. What the data shows by the study by NCERT is, as they move from class 3 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 10, performance declines. That means the cumulative deficit encountered in the early years of life gets increased more and more.
Right.
And that is why we want to ensure that every child gets foundation literacy and numeracy. How can we do that? A higher emphasis on this at the primary stage. That curriculum should focus more on ensuring foundation literacy and numeracy, and that would help in attaining these learning outcomes as early as possible. Second, qualified teachers, well trained, motivated, qualified teachers in the school who will not only modify the teaching learning processes, including using through ICT and other aspect, technology use and integration, but they also tend to track those who lag behind. And those who lag behind, as mentioned by my colleague Sunita, that they will be given special attention to ensure that a learning enhancement is attained through certain interventions.
Right, right, yeah.
थोड़ा सा
Your
इसके
say on
ऊपर
the
मैं
same,
थोड़ा
yes.
सा इसके ऊपर आगे इसके ऊपर चर्चा को करूंगी
quick
कि जो
opinion, ma'am,
बच्चों
please.
को अगर हमें प्राइमरी लेवल पे सिखाना है, जैसा कि सर ने बोला लर्निंग डेफिसिट चल रहा है, तो अगर बच्चों को प्राइमरी लेवल पे बहुत जोर देने के लिए सिर्फ पाठ्य पुस्तक ही जो है वो सफिशिएंट नहीं होगी। ये एक हेड टीचर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होगी कि वो टीचर्स के साथ में मिलके ऐसा वहां पर एक एनवायरनमेंट लाए और उनको एनकरेज करे। बच्चों की जरूरतों के हिसाब से टीचिंग लर्निंग मटेरियल बहुत आवश्यक है यहाँ पर। अगर हम लोग न्यूमरेसी और लिटरेसी को लाना चाहते हैं तो प्राइमरी लेवल पे टीचिंग लर्निंग मटेरियल को और उसमें नए तरीके के थोड़े इनोवेटिव, थोड़े से इंटरेस्टिंग जो है ऐसे लाए जाएं, जिससे कि बच्चा जो है इसके अंदर में प्राइमरी लेवल पे ना पिछड़े। अगर वहां नहीं पिछड़ेगा तो आगे भी वो तरक्की करेगा।
Yes, a quick message to our viewers in the end, just because we need to sum up this. So I want your message to our viewers.
To all my viewers, my message would be, I would urge all the school heads, teachers, system level functionaries to go through and read the draft National Education Policy 2019 and share it with other stakeholders, make the parents aware about it, make the students aware about it. मैं चाहूँगी कि एक आप जो है सभी स्कूल के विद्यालयों के टीचर्स, सभी प्रधानाध्यापक, सभी हेड टीचर्स और सभी लोग ड्राफ्ट नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी को ज़रूर पढ़िए और उसके बाद में आप दूसरे स्टेक होल्डर्स के साथ उसकी चर्चा कीजिए कि इसको हम कैसे इफ़ेक्टिव रूप से आगे लेके जा सकते हैं. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much, Professor K. Ramachandran and Dr. Sunita Chugh for this valuable information and for joining our studio. Thank you so much. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And our viewers, before ending this program, I would like to tell you that if you have any queries, questions or complaints regarding this program, you can message and email us. Our WhatsApp number is 8076754446 and our email ID is ciet.kishormunch@gmail.com, and you can also send your questions by selfie with question section, and you can also record your message, video message, and send it to us on the same number. Also, we have an important announcement for you that you can watch our live phone-in program on 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi on 1st of October. If you have any questions regarding the same, you can message us and email us on the same number. Thank you so much for watching this program. Namaskar.